I'm gonna pull him out. Are you guys ready?
Yeah, I'm good. Let's do it.
Alright, I'm coming out.
Got one.
2 on the left, 1 on the right. Okay, 2 more on the right.
Oh, yeah, see him. Ooh, they threw a Molotov. Look out.
Here we are once again talking about The Division. Now, we're just a couple of days away from the beta, and not too much longer until the official launch of this game. Last week I put up a video mentioning the top 5 reasons The Division might suck, but today I want to talk with you about why I'm excited. Forrest, doesn't this make you a hypocrite? No, actually it makes me a human capable of having complex thoughts on a single topic. I can look forward to a game without thinking that it's perfect. Similarly, I can be concerned about the direction of a game without writing it off completely, and I have certainly not written off The Division completely. In fact, here today, I'd like to talk about the top 5 reasons to be excited. Number 5, it's an MMO shooter. Kind of. It's a crack at a genre that I still think has not been done properly. It's an MMO shooter in the same way people consider Destiny an MMO shooter. The Division has leveling up, it has RPG elements, it's got loot, it will have some sort of an end game, and there will be PvP. This genre still really hasn't been done right, in my opinion. We've seen cracks of it with games like Firefall, Defiance, and some people even consider PlanetSide to sort of fit that mold. This is a genre that I want so desperately to be done right, and I still think, again, that it hasn't been, and The Division is another attempt at that. So I'm keeping my fingers crossed that The Division does a lot of these elements right, can keep us roped into the world, has a proper, engaging, and satisfying loot grind while having things to do once we hit max level. Fingers crossed, Division. Number 4, the loot! The loot! Oh, the sweet, sweet loot. I know this was just brought up in the last topic, but it deserves its own number. Actual loot in a game with varying rarities, special enhancements. Hell, the loot in this game, because it's gun-focused, even has attachments. We're gonna be getting sights, scopes, the same thing, I guess, silencers, barrel stocks, all of these things customize our gear. The fact that we can shoot a monster and have a dice roll chance of getting some really awesome gear, triggering the pleasure centers in our brain, these are the sort of things that keep people hooked on these RPG games with loot and progression systems. And I'm so pleased to see that they've got different rarities, drop percent chances, and even the opportunity to get some really special, awesome, legendary gear. Loot is a big thing that keeps me around in games. The Division has it. Now just please don't screw up those drop percentages. Thank you. Number 3, Ubisoft. No, I'm not kidding, actually. Believe it or not, this is serious. And the funny thing about Ubisoft is this is something that could go on the pros and the cons list. And there's one main reason that I'm putting this one here, and that is Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege. This is a game that I really think has been undersold by a lot of people. It is easily one of my favorite multiplayer shooters in the past 10 years. I think it provides a interesting and unique experience, something different from a lot of multiplayer shooters out there. It is very well polished, it seems very well balanced. We did have those 2 weeks of absolutely awful server problems, but beyond that, this game has been a blast to play. So, barring that Ubisoft's server infrastructure doesn't crap the bed when The Division launches, I'm hoping that because they are the publisher, that certain level of polish, that certain look is going to be applied to this game that you wouldn't get from another publisher. Bugs, I know, they're hit or miss. That's the thing. This is such a wavery topic. They can be very hit or miss. Sometimes Assassin's Creeds come out and they're absolute trash. But you know what? At least The Division doesn't have towers. Number 2, a seamless world. You know, the World of Warcraft did a lot of things for video games, for pushing forward the MMO genre, bringing it into the mainstream. I think one of the things that the World of Warcraft did that not enough other games have emulated is their seamless world. And that's something that The Division is promising to do as well. Although they're in one section of Manhattan, they are promising a couple of things. Number 1, nearly a one-to-one creation of that world. Number 2, a seamless world without loading screens. So as soon as you load into The Division, you will not see another screen that isn't actually in-game until you decide to shut it down. That is exciting. That makes a game immersive. That is the thing that can keep you playing for hours and hours and feel a part of this universe. And for that reason, I am incredibly excited for The Division. I'm hoping that everything around it is enough for me to want to stay in this seamless world. And the number one reason to be excited for The Division: intense PvP. Yes, indeed. This, if for some people, might be a con, but there's a couple of facts that I want to get straight here. The Dark Zone, which is the PvP area, takes up 1/3 of the map. 1/3. That is a significant portion and tells you how much of a focus they want the PvP to have. That's a really big deal. The thing with the PvP in The Division is they are pulling clear inspiration from what has made games like DayZ and H1Z1 so incredibly successful. The unknown, the variable of walking up to another player and not being sure if they are friend or foe, adds a level of tension and excitement to the gameplay that isn't there if you could just walk by all other players and be like, hi, everything's happy, because you can't possibly do anything wrong. Oh, having that tension is so very huge. It's the reason I dived and so many other people dived into the DayZs and the H1Z1s. In fact, frankly, if anything, I think it's a missed opportunity for them to not have the entire world populated with other people, to always be tense. Because think about it, this is a game universe in which all hell has broken loose. This is the apocalypse. You can't trust anyone but your own gun and the backpack on your shoulders, and maybe some of those friends of yours who have been friends of yours for a long time. But anyone else in this world, in this universe, is supposed to be a threat. So the fact that the entire game world isn't encompassed with potential threats like that is a little bit of a disappointment, but the fact that 1/3 of the map is going to be PvP focused is really enough to have me excited. Plus, I also understand that not everyone wants to engage in PvE, so for those people looking for a more relaxing experience, we've got those other 2/3 of the map. Either way though, the intense PvP is the reason I'm most looking forward to this game, and while I'm going to enjoy some PvE grinding and playing with friends and defeating some AI enemies, facing against the real enemy, which is other living, breathing players playing at their computers, is the most exciting of things. Alright guys, that is going to do it here for these top 5 reasons to be excited for The Division. As I mentioned at the top of the video, I don't think this game is going to be perfect. There are many things that have me concerned, but there are also many things, as expressed on this list, that have me very excited. Thank you guys so much for watching. This is going to be the last video until we actually get our hands on the game, which will be later this week, at which point expect some recorded gameplay, expect some first impressions. I'm really looking forward to that period in time. I hope you guys will join me, but until next time, I'll see you later.